G'day, my name's Pete and today I'm going to tell you a little bit about how to travel between Launceston and Devonport by InterCity bus service here in Tassie. Yep, I'll tell you a little bit about how to get on the bus, I'll tell you about the service frequency and how to pay your fare and show you a little bit about the route. Here we are at the Launceston departure point. It's a fairly basic affair, but I guess it works. Yeah, in the morning we're waiting for the 6 o'clock bus. But this is all that the government can afford now, a modified container. So let's see where this major intercity bus stop is, on the fringe of Launceston CBD at Lower Charles Street near William Street there. One important thing is always the public conveniences. There's one near the St John Street bus interchange there in Launceston, another in Civic Square with quite long hours, and a business hours toilet very close to the bus stop indeed. So you want to walk from the middle of Launceston. It's about a 550 metre walk, about an 8-minute walk down to the bus stops. Off we go from Launceston. Our bus driver of the day gives a splendid introduction to the intercity service to Devonport.
Well, good morning ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome aboard our service through to Devonport today. Only 2 stops along the way, so it's going to be a pretty good trip straight through. There is a toilet at the rear of the coach should you require it. Very easy to use. Just make sure you leave it nice and tidy for the next person. Seats do recline so you can get nice and comfortable, and if you're looking to charge a device, there are USB charging ports in between the 2 seats that you're sitting on, just below the cushion level. For now, once again, welcome aboard, sit back, relax and enjoy the trip, thank you.
All services between Launceston and Devonport either come from or travel to Hobart through the Midlands. From Launceston, you go on, keep on the same bus and you travel via the townships of Carrick, Westbury and Deloraine before ending up in Devonport. From Devonport, there's onward connections to Burnie. If you enjoyed this video, found it useful, do consider subscribing to Tasmanian Bus Journeys and giving us a like. I'd really be grateful about that. Anyway, 101 kilometres is the route distance in about 95 minutes. The speed is 64 kilometres per hour. Operator is Kinetic. And our first settlement, about 20 kilometres up the road, is Carrick. We then go another 15 kilometres and we get to the township of Westbury. Here we see the famous Westbury cricket ground. It's a bit foggy and yucky to play cricket, but we do see the famous stumps of Westbury. Westbury, like an old English town, it's enchanting and it's just nice to wander about in. You can see the old village green coming up. Oh geez, it's a nice place. Westbury. And then another roughly 18 kilometres up the road we get to Deloraine and we see the mighty Bush Inn, which is now also a brewery. We cross the marvellous Meander River, beautiful in the fog. And another feature there, the Launceston to Devonport freight railway. This was the original railway in Tasmania, which travelled from Launceston to Deloraine. Here you can see the key shopping precinct. There's lots of shops and places to eat. Now we get off the bus and just take some lovely video of the surrounds of the river, and then I'm very lucky because here comes the 705 to Devonport. The back road to Deloraine. Could be somewhere in England with the fog. What a place. And just a little more of the Meander River. I guess folks know that I like to just sit by these rivers and think about life. on the bus, and we can see the top end of town, the ye old British Hotel, which also has a brewery. It takes about 50 minutes to travel between Launceston and Deloraine, and here is the bus pulling into the major bus stop at the visitor centre. So we have a horse, we have a bus shelter, and we have a bus to Devonport here. Back on the bus now to Devonport. It's a 50-kilometre journey between Deloraine and Devonport. Just reminding people, it's probably a good idea to book on these services to ensure your seat. About 45 minutes to Devonport, and we see the mighty Mersey River on the outskirts of Devonport. I really like the Devonport bus interchange. It's right in the middle of all the great civic structures that are now there. So the furthest stop is stop A, that's the InterCity bus stop. Stop B is the Northwest Express bus stop. I really like the Devonport terminus for the InterCity service, right next to the Novotel Hotel. You simply pull your bags off the bus and into the hotel. It's very much like what you do catching trains in Germany. And now an opportunity for a special guest on Tasmanian Bus Journeys to say a few words. G'day, and one of the real fun things about doing YouTubes for Tasmanian Bus Journeys is you get to travel around the state and you meet other fellow enthusiasts. And the leading enthusiast here in the Northwest is Josh. G'day Josh.
G'day Pete.
Nice to see you. And I'm going to ask Josh a couple of questions. And the first question for Josh is, why do you catch buses?
Let's keep them going.
Yay, that sounds good. And now a real tough one. What is your favourite bus route in Tasmania?
Launceston to Hobart.
Wow, that's a great route. That's our premier route. So important for the state. My favourite is Hobart to Dover at the moment, but there we go. Josh, thanks for saying those few words and thanks for your support.
Thank you.
Good on you. And now the vital stats for travel between Launceston and Devonport. Depart Launceston, Lower Charles Street near William Street. 3 services a day, running roughly 4 hours between each service, and also coming from Devonport. Weekends and public holidays, there are lesser services. In fact, you can't really make a good day trip to Devonport from Launceston in the weekends. They're mostly designed for those people who are travelling from Devonport to Launceston and not the other way around. In terms of recommendations then, I would recommend the 9 a.m. service from Launceston and catching the 4:05 service back from Devonport returning to Launceston. As I say, that's if you're based there. Bookings are highly recommended. These buses can be busy, not quite as busy as the Hobart to Launceston services, but it's busy enough. Adult fares, $9.60, below that $10 mark, that's a good one. And the concession one-way fare is $4.80. Now, cash and EFTPOS are available on board, but it's best to make a prior booking and pay for it in advance. Contact Kinetic for further information. Thanks so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. I hope you found it informative, and I'll see you very soon.